Thank you very much. Plenty there to talk about Tanya Arnold at BBC Sports Centre. Now, this is the point of the programme where they say if you're of a nervous disposition or if you're scared of small furry things, you might want to look away now. The world's biggest bee has been rediscovered after decades thought lost to science. I'm sure it's good news, but when he's held up that close to you, it doesn't feel so encouraging. The giant bee, which is as long as an adult human's thumb, was found on a little explored Indonesian island after days of searching. Wildlife experts found this single live female, which they photographed and filmed, I hope, before letting her out again. Here is our science reporter, Helen Briggs. We knew this existed. They haven't seen it for a very long time.
That's right. No, they haven't seen it since 1981, and that was the only sighting of it for 150 years, would you believe? And it's got a very interesting history because it was actually first found by a British explorer and naturalist who goes by the name Alfred Russel Wallace. He worked alongside Darwin on evolution. He was an explorer and he went out on voyages to collect things, and he collected hundreds of bees, and among them this giant bee, as you say, massive thing.
It's been a hell of a shot coming flying through the air at him when he saw it for the first time.
Size of a thumb and these weird jaws. And he described it as a large black wasp-like insect with immense jaws like a stag beetle. Now, we've still got that specimen, would you believe, from 150 years ago in a museum in Oxford under lock and key. But we don't know today, until now, that they're still alive. It's thought that they might have died out. So these wildlife experts and photographers went on this quest, followed in Wallace's footsteps, looked for it for days and days and days in remote forests. Finally, on the last day, that they found one.
What a lovely way to end their trip. And a single female, so we hope there's at least one single male out there that's going to keep the line going. Are they any more, might be a bit unnerving if you encounter them, I guess not many humans do by the sound of it. Is there any more to worry about them than any other bee?
Well, the important thing is first it's the proof that it's there in the wild, and it's a very unique bee, and so it's one of the ones that you'd really want to protect because it's very unique. It's had this unique evolutionary pathway. It actually nests in termite nests, would you believe?
And so they're quite a long way up in the trees.
Quite a long way up, yeah. So by actually finding it, proving it's there, that's the first step towards conservation. So they're now saying, look, we need to protect this, we need to find out how many there are in these other forests. And of course, globally, there's a big decline about insects generally.
We had that report recently which concerned scientists about climate change taking away some of our important insect populations.
That's right. We know that insects are declining around the world. That's for many things: habitat loss, insect diseases, pesticides. But we really don't know that much about insects as opposed to other animals. So actually going out there, doing the research, finding what's there and which ones we need to protect is a really important step for scientists.
Helen Briggs certainly is. Thanks very much for coming in to tell us all about it. Now, retailers in the UK and Ireland have issued a stark warning about how a no-deal Brexit would affect shoppers. They say it could lead to tariffs of more than 40% being imposed on some everyday items, making things like fresh food and drink much more expensive. So are these fears affecting the way people shop, and is there any evidence that anyone's stockpiling? Well, our correspondent Coletta Smith has been to Belden in West Yorkshire to try to find out.